Okay, sir.
Yeah. So thanks for joining. So today we are going to start the new training session with the new version of Citrix virtual apps and virtual desktop. So there is a seven version. So officially, uh, in the outer line, so most of the people, I want to learn Citrix virtual apps and desktop 7 administration. That's absolutely right. But as per Citrix concerns product wise, this version is 1912. So internally, the product version is 1912. Understood? So this document is prepared, okay, in 2021 only. This is the latest information. So no wrong information, nothing will be available in this document. Understood? So now in this training, so the course name is CWS 215 and 2I. So this is a course name we are going to start. So let me explain the course agenda. So what are the things we are learning? So module 02, module 15, module 15. So we need to complete. This is a complete agenda. But apart from this module 15, 02, module 15, apart from that you will learn additionally VMware environment, Windows environment, basic networking classes, Amazon Web Services classes. Understood? So now this Citrix virtual apps and desktop 7, so 1912 LTSR. So LTSR stands for long term service release. So this is a stable product. So sometimes when you're getting an update from Android or iOS, so you are hesitating to update. So do you know why? Because of that update is maybe not stable, maybe have some issues will come. So that's the reason you're not showing interested to upgrade. So until if someone is recommending you, bro, can you please install this update is very super and the camera quality is good and some kind of security features are enhanced. So if you are somebody is explaining to you, definitely you will be installing those updates. Same way, Citrix also releasing so many versions in ZenDesktop 7. So guys, why always using ZenDesktop, ZenDesktop, ZenDesktops, ZenApp, ZenApp, ZenApp? So basically, Zen XCN, Zen a company now there is no more in Citrix, but for a couple of weeks or maybe couple of days or couple of sessions, I will go through Zen because of you're also somebody has referred you and you're already watched my videos on YouTube. So I explained many things. I used a word name called Zen, but going forward from 1912 onwards, so there is no more Zen. So Citrix is completely terminated the name Zen. So the product name is changed to Virtual Apps, Virtual Desktops. Okay. So now the product version is 1912 LTSR is a stable product. If any company wants to start Zen Desktop, that is a Zen App Zen Desktop product. So from the Virtual Apps, Virtual Desktop, 1912 LTSR is a stable one. You can start, install, and you can configure it. And also, this product also supported on premises. On premises means what? So you can build on your own servers. So that is what we are doing. That is what we are doing. And in Citrix Cloud. So Citrix also providing cloud services. Even you can build the virtual apps and virtual desktop in Citrix Cloud environment. Understood? So the virtual apps and virtual desktop environment you can set up and configure on premises environment. That means you have any own servers like 32 GB, 64 GB servers, you can install and you can configure, or else you can take a service from Citrix Cloud. Clear? But unfortunately, Citrix Cloud is not a free, is a paid one. So I'll show you some basic information. What is a Citrix Cloud and how you can use. So to understand completely Citrix Cloud, so I will introduce on behalf of Citrix Cloud. I will introduce another cloud is either Azure, either AWS. So we are planning to give some benefit for you to teach at least minimum 20% of Amazon Web Services Administration, which is related to Citrix. Are you okay? So now,
Yes, sir.
yeah. So now in this course overview, so the product, this PPT was released in February 22, 2021. This is the latest one. 4 months ago, this PPT was released. Okay, this product, this PPT is released. So now let's go to module 0. So module 0, the course overview. So I don't waste of your time to read all these uh, headlines. So I'll directly moving to the next slide. Not required. So this is the course content. The module 1 to module 15, what are the course content is there? All this course content was written here. So let's move here. Now, student introduction not required. I know about yours. Okay. So I'm not expecting anything from you. So only fees and your time. That's it. Clear. So now I'm going to teach everything from the scratch level. So basic knowledge, everything I'll provide you. So this is a facilities when you're taking a corporate training, just we will inform to our students. So parking, class policies, break and lunch, emergency contacts like that. So not required here. Okay. Let's course prerequisites. It's very important. I got some questions from yours when I'm discussing with you on the day one. Okay. So before you learn Citrix, XenApp, XenDesktop, virtual apps, virtual desktops, do you need any knowledge on computers? Yes, definitely. So you need a basic knowledge of Active Directory, Windows operating system, storage, networking. Guys, don't worry. We will teach you from the scratch level. Clear? So we don't want to go for any other training and any other videos and all. We will teach you each and everything which are mentioned in this slide. So normally when you are taking the corporate training, so person should have a must and should knowledge on this. So because we don't have time and we don't have any agreement to teach basic knowledge. But here, this is my personal training. I definitely help you to share the basic knowledge. So this basic knowledge will share by Avinash. So Monday to Friday, so he will take based on his availability, mostly evening times, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Only 2 to 3 hours per week he will be taking the class. Apart from the lab help, he will be taking the separate class for you guys. Who are interested, please join. If you already experience, please keep. No worries. So this basic knowledge will be teaching only Monday to Friday, any 3 hours or 2 hours. Are you okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you don't have any problem. You don't want to spend again time and money with another trainer, another institute. Okay. We will teach. So little to no previous experience with the Citrix, virtual apps and desktops. So guys, we don't require any no previous experience in Citrix. So we will teach from the scratch level so that you will easily understand this concept. So Citrix is a very easy technology. So day to day how you are using the system, the same concept I am going to explain here. Okay, but it is a next generation model computing. It is a next generation model computing model. So let's move to the next slide. So normally this training I'll be taking Monday to Friday only for 5 days, morning 9 to evening 6. This is a corporate training structure, but I am not spending for 5 days training here. So this is a completely 2 months program, completely 2 months program. So I'm trying to finish the course within 1.5 month. So that is a 45 days. You have to stay with me and you have to complete this course. So normally the day one, so module 0 to 03 we will be covered, and module 2, sorry, day 2, module 4, 5 and 6, day 3, module 7 to 10, day 4, module 10 to 13, day 5th, there's a last day, module 14 and 15. So this is a way the modules are, we are organizing and we are teaching to the students in a corporate training. So the corporate training structure, guys, if you are in your company, anyone is looking for a corporate training, definitely can help you. So, and you can reach me. So Monday to Friday slots are available. So at least 1 month prior notice is required. So definitely I can take these classes for your organizations as well. Okay. So, but the training structures are everything different. So the lab and everything. So I will discuss later if anyone is interested for your corporate training. But I'm not taking corporate training here. This is a personal training from my side. So today I'm going to talk about only module 1. So the next 40 minutes, I want to complete the module 1 introduction. So the course material introduction. So normally we have a student material, lab environment, everything will be provided to you. Don't worry. So now lab exercise environment. So we will help you to understand what is our brand servers we are using. So what is the server models, what is the configuration, what is the cost. So everything will explain from the scratch level. So now, so lab exercise normally providing from the Citrix level. So this is a very costly product. So the training and the lab access nearly 90,000 rupees course, but you don't want to spend that much of amount here. I know the fees, everything I explained to you. Okay, I don't want to disclose those things again. Now I'm skip these slides because of lab exercise is different here. So I will explain later. So now the lab introduction. So this is the environment we are going to set up. This is the environment we are going to set up. The lab will be normally coming to 5 layers. Cloud layer, user layer, access layer, control layer, resource layer, hardware layer. This totally we will learn 6 layers. So it will take some time. It will take some time to learn all the layers. And we need to configure each and every component in our lab. So guys, that's why I already told you, with your personal laptop, this much of lab you cannot set up. If you are set up this much of lab, then only you can understand complete knowledge on Citrix environment. If you have 8 GB RAM, 16 GB RAM, you want to set up all this environment, you cannot understand. Okay. I hope you are very clear. So why I'm additionally charging for a lab? Okay guys, so now the lab environment we will have a setup separately we are providing to you. So that's why I'm going to skip these slides. Okay, let's start module number 1. Let's start module number 1. So in the module number 1, this is a complete architecture overview, how Citrix is look like. So what are the components? So those things we'll be explaining here. So in the module 1, we are going to discuss these important points. So first, we'll discuss introduction to Citrix virtual apps and desktops. Okay. So now, this is a the connectivity diagram, how users will be connecting to Citrix applications and Citrix desktops. So let's see here the diagram. Users. So users means any users. Any users means, example, in a company, from security to CEO, everybody is employees on the company. Understood? So if a company there is a security gate, the employee is working. He also using system, computer. And the same company CEO also is using the same computer. Maybe different brand and different configuration, different model. But he also using the system. Based on their job responsibility, they are using the different systems. So any type of users, any type of devices. they are connecting from anywhere. So anywhere means the security person is connecting from security gate, the transport person connecting from the transport area, and the IT help desk people connecting from the IT help desk. CEO is connecting from the CEO chamber or maybe is on site, and the clients are connecting from the client locations. So there are people are connecting from different. So they are connecting through internet. www means what? Internet. Through internet. So that means anywhere the people are connecting. So what they are connecting? They are connecting their Windows machines. They are connecting the Linux machines. So guys, you don't worry at all. I don't want to discuss about Linux. So completely it's a pure Windows administration. You don't bother about. I don't know Linux. Linux is a very tough operating system. Linux is a command line interface. Don't worry guys, because of it's completely is a Windows based service only I'm going to teach. Okay, but as per the technology concerns, so Citrix virtual apps and desktops, Linux also they'll be supported nowadays. So that's why in the diagram they mention Linux. So in a corporate environment, there are two types of desktops they'll be managing. You know, individual desktops and shared desktops. Individual desktop means what? So one employee, he is a dedicatedly they giving one desktop or one laptop. He is not sharing to anyone. Until he is resigning the job, he is using the same machine, maybe until unless he has a problem, he is replacing with the new computer or laptop. Shared desktop means based on the shift wise, the people are sharing the single computer. Example, there is a call center, BPO call center. They are working in 24 by 7, morning shift, afternoon shift, night shift. So each computer they'll be sharing minimum 3 people. That is called shared desktops. Shared desktops. So even this type of shared desktop also, the Citrix virtual apps and desktops can deliver to the any type of users, any type of desktops anywhere. So not only the desktops are delivering, they can deliver applications also. So example, the user need MS Office. You don't require to install MS Office on the user device. So from the Citrix environment, then the Citrix server, if the application is installing, the application icon can be delivered to the end user. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Guys, you want to explain in Telugu and Tamil as well? Are you comfortable in English?
I'm comfortable in English, sir.
No problem, right? You want to be maybe not clarifying, understand 100%, maybe you want to translate in mother tongue, yeah, definitely I can explain. No problem. Okay? I hope it's very simple, right? So from Citrix, desktops we can deliver like a private desktops, shared desktop we can deliver, and published applications also can deliver. Published application means what? The user without installing application he can access. Understood? Are you clear? So this type of environment is called Citrix virtual apps and desktops. So the Citrix virtual apps and desktop product line provides a secure universal access to applications and desktop hosted in the data center in the cloud on Windows or Linux platform using server or desktop operating system to any user connecting from any device or network. This is called virtual apps and desktops. Guys, all solution is available in this definition. You can connect Windows machine, you can connect from Linux machine, you can connect private desktop, you can take a shared desktop, you can connect from anywhere, you can connect from any device like a laptop, tab, mobile, desktop, any user. It's a wonderful solution, right? Huh? All solution in one box. All solution is in one technology. So nowadays, that's why Citrix is a top branded product in the market. Top branded. Top branded means number one. Number one, guys. Not number two, number three. Number one. So desktop and application virtualization, Citrix is a number one worldwide. Last decade, it's always maintaining the good position in the market. Citrix gradually increasing the technology, gradually increasing the features and gradually increasing the customers also. Yeah, mostly you'll ask some question. So I'm expecting some question. Mahesh, what is the, maybe who is a competitor for virtual apps and desktop? Yeah. Yes, we have a competition also is available for virtual apps and desktop. So the competition is from Microsoft, competition from VMware. These are the two companies are competition for Citrix virtual apps and desktops. So Microsoft product is called WVD, Windows Virtual Desktops, and if it is a VMware, the product name is called VMware Horizon. VMware Horizon. So these are the two companies are very big competition to the Citrix virtual apps and desktops. You don't worry, guys. Maybe you have some kind of confusion. So now the competition means do you want to learn other two technologies also? Not required. If you learn this course also, you will be getting your job and you can settle your career. Okay. So one of the best example in this batch, Kamlesh. So he is a very senior most person, like almost 10-14 years of experience in IT. Now he is learning virtual apps and virtual desktop with me. What is the requirement? Because of he wants to settle in the career in a better way. Now he is going in a correct way only. But again, you want to set up the career in a better way. Now he start learning the course. So everybody need a change. Okay. So now today is your change day and you have to take your wise decision. Take your wise decision. Just give me a minute. కిరణ్, నేను ట్రైనింగ్లో ఉన్నానండి, చెప్పండి. ఓకే, I'm back. So moving to the next slide. So now basically how these private desktops and shared desktops are delivered to the end users. How these private desktops and shared desktops are delivered to the end users. So what is a Citrix virtual apps and virtual desktop service? So now previously we understand what is meaning of virtual apps and virtual desktops. So now we need to understand what is meaning of virtual apps and virtual desktop service. The Citrix virtual apps and desktop service is a same product. Are you clear? There is no separate product. This is the same product. So except customers offload the infrastructure, the servers, okay, serves as a mechanisms to provide. This is any user, any device, anywhere by offloading most of the product installation, configuration, upgradation, and monitored through subscribed service through Citrix Cloud. So service tagged at the end of the product means Citrix Cloud enabled. So guys, do not worry about Citrix Cloud. Basically Citrix Cloud is nothing but, so all the services available from the Citrix data center, they'll provided on the rental based. So now if you go to Citrix Cloud and you can take the services ready-madely, you can deliver your desktops and applications. But all the companies are not relying on the Citrix Cloud. They are purchasing the product, they are installing the Citrix product on their own servers. So even in our lab, mostly 75% we are relying on on-premises, 25% we are relying on the cloud environment. Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Now moving to the next slide, architecture overview. So in the architecture overview, so we are dividing the Citrix services and components, so different layers. So basically we have user layer, access layer, control layer, resource layer, hardware layer. These are the 5 layers are available. So internal users access storefront directly. Example, in the access layer, there is a storefront is there and Citrix gateway is available. So who will be connecting storefront? Who will be connecting Citrix access gateway? So basically from the user layer, the users, if the users are connecting from office, corporate network, they are called as internal users. They will be directly connecting to storefront. So if users are connecting from external, they will be connecting through Citrix gateway. So storefront presents the resources. That means, so finally, if internal users or external users, finally the applications and desktop will be delivered to the end user storefront only at the end of the day. Okay. So the storefront will deliver your resources. Resources means what? Your desktops and your applications to the user is nothing but storefront only. Understood? So this is your interaction, guys. So basically the complete Citrix architecture is a total 5 layers. So the main layer is access layer. The user will be connecting to access layer based on the internal users and external users. Internal users connecting to storefront, that storefront will be delivering the resources to the end user. If external user is connecting through Netscaler gateway, the gateway will be connecting to storefront and storefront will be connecting the resource layer and delivering the desktops and applications to the external users. So this is a concept, guys. So storefront will be presenting the resources available to the end users. Guys, if a storefront is down, no, that's it. Complete production is down. Users cannot access. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Now moving to the next slide, we'll discuss about one layer. One by one layer we need to understand. So first of all, user layer, guys. So user layer is nothing but our clients. Who is using Citrix services? They are all our users. They are all our user layers. But Citrix Workspace app is there. Citrix Workspace app. So what is meaning of Citrix Workspace app? So normally the users wants to connect the desktop from Citrix. Users wants to connect application from Citrix. He must and should he need to install small piece of application. Guys, I want to ask one question. You have WhatsApp account is created on the WhatsApp server. You have a Facebook account is created on the Facebook server. So which applications is needed to access WhatsApp account and Facebook account?
Facebook and WhatsApps on the phone or on computer.
That's correct. So if you have installed WhatsApp application, then only you can connect to your WhatsApp server. You can able to chat with your friends and relatives. You want to share some photos on Facebook. Your account is created on Facebook, but how can access? Either you want to open a browser on the desktop, either you need to install the Facebook application on your mobile, and you need to log in with your credentials and you need to share the photos on the Facebook wall page. Are you clear? Same way, to access the Citrix resources, you must and should install the Citrix Workspace app, guys. Guys, everybody, this is a very silly question. Everybody are using your phone, right? Smartphones. So Android and iOS. So please go to the Play Store. Please go to the Play Store and you can type the name called Citrix Workspace app quickly. Please go to the Play Store, either iOS store or Android store, and you can type Citrix Workspace app. Did you get this kind of symbol?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So guys, if you want to access Citrix resources from your mobile or maybe your laptop, so this application should be installed. Example, I think you are using phone, so that's what I have given. Maybe if you are using Windows laptop, you can go to Google, download Citrix Citrix Workspace app for Windows. Either if you are using Mac machine, you can type Citrix Workspace app for Mac. Maybe you are using Linux operating system, search Citrix Workspace app for Linux. So based on the your operating system model, the Workspace app will be available. You can download and install it on the user device. That means your device. Are you clear? Now I want to ask one question. So now George is a Citrix admin. George is a Citrix admin. Even though he is a George Citrix admin, he is a connecting from home. He is a connecting from home due to COVID. He wants to connect the Citrix virtual desktop. My question is, even though he is a Citrix administrator, he need to install Citrix Workspace app on the laptop?
Yes, sir.
So guys, even you are admin, even you are a user, if you are using a Citrix resources, you must and should install the Citrix Workspace app. So guys, nowadays, you are working in some XYZ company. I know everybody is working, almost some MNC companies. The companies provided desktop and laptop. You please go and check. Most of the companies nowadays using Citrix, and your Citrix Workspace app is already installed on your laptop and desktop. Can you please check and let me know if you are using corporate laptop, there's office laptop or desktop? How to check? I'll show you. Go to run, type appwiz.cpl. So this is a add and remove programs. You can set the publishers alphabetically. You can check with the Citrix system. Citrix Citrix Workspace will be showing here. Yeah. See, Citrix Workspace is installed on my system. Yep. This is a way you can find out. So, based on your access from the user layer, so whatever the applications and desktops you are availability from the resource layer, those apps and desktops will be displaying on the page. So now you can connect and you can access your resources. This is called user layer. Any questions?
Yeah, Mahesh.
Yes, please, Kamlesh.
Actually, no, the Amazon, we have the Amazon server on the cloud. We are also using the Amazon Workspace. So they are using the Citrix in the background or what?
Okay, so you're asking like Amazon Web Services, right?
Yeah,
AWS.
Amazon Web Server.
Okay.
Like we have the server in the USA and here also.
Okay, you created one instance, right? Web server.
Yeah.
So in
yeah,
that
yeah.
server, you need to check this Citrix Workspace installed or not. Yes or no?
No. What I'm saying, we have the Citrix, not the Citrix, Amazon Workspace application.
Amazon
So
Workspace application. Okay.
Yeah, so we are using our access our server to the Amazon Workspace. So what I am saying
Okay.
is they are using
No. That is a different. This is a different.
Ah.
That is Amazon Workspace application is to managing the Amazon Web Services. Okay.
Okay.
So
But
now this is a Citrix Workspace application.
No. What I'm saying is that the Amazon they are using the Citrix product or what? That is my
No.
question.
Amazon is a basically cloud, Kamlesh. So they'll be supporting both Windows operating system and Linux operating system. Example, you want to deliver. Example, this is a server OS. This is a server OS. You want to deliver through Citrix. But this operating system is running on AWS cloud means yes, you can install and you can deliver it.
Yeah.
No more doubt. But in this mission, example, in this mission, maybe you are end user, you are connecting Citrix application. So in this case, inside of the server OS, which is running on the AWS instance, you have to install the Citrix Workspace client.
Yeah, I understand. I understand it.
Yeah. So the AWS workspaces is a different. That is basically to connect and managing the Windows and Linux machines for 50 users. Free services will be provided. Okay. So whenever I'm taking the AWS class, that time I'll explain AWS workspace. Don't worry. Okay. So basically AWS workspace is nothing but same competition of Citrix desktop virtualization. That is called Amazon Workspace. So this is a Citrix virtual apps and desktops concept. Understood? Nowadays, even AWS also, they developed own product, the product name called Citrix Workspace. This is a persistent desktop virtualization concept. So let me share my screen, you can understand. I think you are talking about this product, Amazon Workspace.
Yeah.
So
So,
this product is nowadays people are using small companies. Okay, now recently it is started. Recently it is started this product. So this exactly Citrix virtual apps, how it will be running, the same this concept also running. So now this is exactly competition for Citrix virtual desktop. Good question. See, cloud native persistent desktop virtualization. Okay. So don't worry. So we are teaching AWS, right? So that time I will help you to, I'll show you how the Citrix workspace is different to AWS workspace. Okay.
thank you.
Yeah. So now I'm moving to the next layer, that is the access layer. So in the access layer, so now this is a basically storefront will be available and Citrix gateway is available. So storefront is authenticates internal users. So storefront for used for authenticates for internal users. Netscaler, that is a Citrix gateway used for authenticates for external users. So this either storefront for internal user, gateway is external users. Finally, storefront is delivering the resources to the end user. Are you clear? Example, you have only internal users. You don't require Citrix gateway. Within the internal users, by using storefront itself, you can deliver applications and desktops. So whenever you are connecting from externally, nowadays we are connecting from home. So now Citrix access gateways must and should need a security to avoid the loss of data, hacking, security threats. To protect our system, we are using Citrix gateway. Any questions
Sir,
here? Yeah.
sir, I have a small doubt, sir.
Tell me.
When we are connecting from externally, we require Citrix gateway, right?
Hmm.
So, like, should the Citrix gateway be connected to the storefront when we connect externally, or can it be like
Normally,
from Citrix?
yeah, good question. So now you're from home. You're connecting from home. You're connected to Citrix Gateway. So now Citrix
Okay.
Gateway bypass your credentials and connections to Storefront. Now Storefront
Okay.
will check the resources and deliver the resources to your end user. But
Okay.
your question is, the Storefront and the Gateway both are interlink each other? Yes, both are connecting each other in the private network in a secured way.
So if there is a gateway, we must have compulsorily we must have a storefront, correct, right? Without storefront, we can't function, right?
Definitely, definitely. So, if you want to deliver your desktops and application through storefront, yeah, Netscaler gateway is required to deliver from external. Example, you're not using Citrix environment. Example, you're using some other application. You want to do load balancing and you want to deliver. Yes, Netscaler gateway you can use like a VPN like that.
Okay.
So Netscaler is not only for Citrix. Nowadays using for your Outlook web access, mail server delivery, that also they're using. Mail
Okay.
connectivity and VPN connectivity also they're using nowadays. But Citrix product, right? So we are utilizing for mainly virtual apps and virtual desktops.
Okay, sir.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now moving to next slide. control layer, guys, is a very important. So here we have to spend more time to configure the services and all. Okay, so probably we are going to set up some lab environment tomorrow. Okay, so and everybody should please connect from your desktop and pay attention. Even after evening time also, I'll arranging for to lab setup evening 7 to 9 o'clock. You please join and you can complete your lab setup. Okay, but everybody should continue from Saturday. Okay, so tomorrow also class is there. So once you tomorrow class is completed successfully and everybody will be happy, you can continue on Saturday class. So now control layer, we have a delivery controller, domain controller, SQL server, license server. Actually, delivery controller license both only Citrix product. Domain control is a Windows product. SQL is a Windows product. So these four products will be available in the control layer, must and should. Okay, so in this control layer, so I'm going to only talk about delivery controller. So rest of the things we'll discuss later. Okay, so delivery controller makes load balancing decisions and manages availability of devices into resource layer. So basically, when user is connecting either internal or external, storefront will be talked to control layer. The control layer will make the decision. So whether the user have a appropriate permission on the applications and desktops. So based on that, the applications will be delivered to the end users. So now the delivery controller is a brokering between the resource layer and access layer, is a broker. So delivery controller service name called as broker service. So delivery controller server service name called broker service. Okay, my next question. If delivery controller is down, what is your production impact? So guys, I'll not take a separate question answers for at the end of the course or end of the class. So during the training itself, I'm asking a questions. Okay. So please tell me.
Yeah.
So in case delivery controller is down, what is impact in your production?
Yeah, production is zero.
Yes. Can you please elaborate the what are the impact will be there?
So user cannot authentication, like they cannot.
No, user will authenticate. So storefront
Yeah,
is working. Only delivery
yeah,
controller is
but
not working.
yeah, they cannot provide the resources.
That's correct. So
Yeah,
user can logging into storefront, but user cannot get the
resources.
resources. What resources? Applications and
Desktop.
desktops. That's it. Correct answer. Good. So any questions here?
Sir, one small doubt, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, the second point, no, sir. Delivery controllers broker connections to resources, right? So
Ah.
broker connection. What is the connection, sir?
Okay.
Here? The connection from the storefront. That is what you are saying, or
Good question. Good question. So I'm working in one of the big restaurant. I'm a server. Okay. You are my guest and you're booked one table and I'm asking you, George, so what do you want? So you are checking menu and you're ordering some food. Okay. So now I'm going to kitchen and I'm checking that availability. So whether your order some fish fry. So the fish fry is available on the kitchen or not, how would I know? I'm the person, I'll go and check the kitchen with my chef. So the item is available or not. The recipe is available or not. So now I'm the delivery controller. So if user is connected on the storefront, the username and password is correct. So after that, the connection is connected to delivery controller. So now delivery controller, what is my responsibility? Hey, so George is connected on the storefront. What are the permissions he is available? What are the permissions is available normally? At the day one he is joining in the company, his manager is given approval for some applications, some desktops. Yes or no? So those applications and desktops are available on the resources or not? So I'll go to resource layer, I'll check that if the desktop is available, I'll display the desktop icon. If applications are available, application icon will be displaying on the screen. This is my job. So that is called brokering connections to the resources.
Okay, sir.
Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Any more questions? Okay, let's move on to the next slide. Resource layer. So finally we are into the kitchen. Okay, so now exactly, so the resource layer is what? So your applications and your desktops is running on the some infrastructure. Guys, what is meaning of infrastructure? Infrastructure is nothing but your
Hardware.
hardware. That's correct, hardware. So the hardware, you can directly take it from physical computer. Either you can take it from the virtual computers, either you can take from the cloud environment. So this resource layer, either you can build on the physical computer, either you can build on the virtual computers, that is called hypervisor, you can build on the cloud environment. So now in Citrix, which are the cloud will be supported? Citrix Cloud, Amazon Web Services Cloud, and Azure clouds are supported. So physical machine means any physical machines. Virtual machines means which virtualization technology will be supported? Microsoft Hyper-V, VMware vSphere, Citrix Zen Server. So all these products are supporting. So in module 2, so guys, you are going to learn complete virtualization technology. You are building the lab from the scratch environment. So Mr. Kamlesh is bought a new server, right? So we will build the configuration from the scratch tomorrow. Okay, this is the best opportunity, guys. This is the best opportunity we can build from the scratch. Okay, so now
Okay, sir.
this is a resource layer. So basically this is a infrastructure as a service. Infrastructure as a service is required. So either you can build on the physical, virtual or cloud. Now finally moving to hardware layer. So the hardware is what are the requirement? We need a network, Wi-Fi, storage, processor, memory, graphics, hypervisor. Hypervisor is must. So definitely we will discuss what is meaning of hypervisor, what is the use, what is the benefits, everything we'll discuss tomorrow. Okay. So now the hardware layer is just like a computer, physical hardware. So this is the complete Citrix on-premises versus Citrix cloud environment. Citrix cloud environment. Okay. So just you have to understand this diagram. So if you not understand also not a big deal, you can leave it, no problem. This slide if you not understand also you can leave it, no issues. So what do you mean that, hey, why you are bothering about your own infrastructure service? So could you please migrate it to Citrix Cloud? So this is a message here. So for on-premises deployment, everything is a customer responsibility. On-premises means what? So if the server buying, providing the power, providing the backup, providing the networks, everything you have to burden on the customer. So I need to handle it. So if I'm managing my data center, I need to take care of it. So for the Citrix virtual apps desktops subscribed on the Citrix cloud means, so everything is managing by cloud only. You don't bother about. You just remotely can connect and you can create your servers and you can utilize and you can leave it if you don't want. So this is called on-premises versus Citrix Cloud. So anyhow, so Avinash is taking care of AWS demo session also. So AWS demo he'll be taking care. So in that area, he will be explained very clearly what is meaning of on-premises, what is meaning of cloud, what is the benefit of the cloud, everything he'll explain. Understood? Probably he will explain upcoming week. So next week onwards, he is going to take some classes for you. So that's it. So this is a revision. So the question is, which layer does Citrix delivery controller belongs to? Answer is control layer. So now the features, Citrix virtual apps and desktop product features, responsibilities. So now basically we have a Citrix virtual apps and desktop features will be there. So one is a published desktops and published applications. So we have a delivering the desktops, we are delivering applications. So we have different models are there. Based on the models, we are going to set up our lab and we will see the application delivery and desktop delivery. Okay, so these are the totally how many types? 8 types of delivery mechanisms we are going to learn from this training. So now, first of all, server-based published desktops. What is meaning of server-based published desktops? So we are taking server operating system and install the Citrix component that is called Citrix Virtual Delivery Agent, and this server sessions can be delivered to the multiple users. So single server, multi sessions. So this is called server based applications, server based published applications. So even single server only, single application but delivered to the multiple users, this is called server OS applications. So due to this method we have some kind of benefits are there. So what is a benefit? So users do not require to install applications on the user device. So higher scalability will be there. So more people can be able to connect the applications on the single server. So per user cost is very low, very low. Okay, if one user wants utilization is more on the particular server, they provide a higher density provided per user from the physical host. But we have some disadvantages also there, that is called considerations. So application must be compatible with the multi-user. Example, if application is not supported for multi-user from the single machine, it won't support it. So multi-user environment is required. Most of the applications are multi-user. Some applications only single user. Example, Final Cut Pro, editing softwares, Photoshops. So these type of applications are not multi-user. If single license means only single user can connect. But MS Office, Adobe Reader, Flash Player, these all are multi-user environment. Multi-user will be supported. And also this application should be supported in the server OS. But some applications will be not running on the desktops, only server. Even some applications only compatible with the desktops, not on the server. So here the application should be compatible on the server OS. And user cannot customize completely because of this application is installed and it will be delivered to the user, right? The user doesn't have full customization.
Sir, I have a doubt, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, in the resources you are showing like Word application, right? So basically that is a server. Now say like I have installed two version of Word in that server. Okay, so older version and newer version. Okay, now can I share like both those versions to the users, or like is it specific that?
Can you please repeat your question once again?
So in the resources, right, in the server, I've installed two versions of Office. Okay,
Example,
older version.
2007 and 20,
Yes, by that.
2010.
So yeah, can I share those two versions to the user, or like say like one user is getting older version and other user is getting the newer version, but the application is going from the same server. Is it possible?
First of all, I have one question to you. Okay, normally both versions can be installed on the single machine. First of all, that is not successful. If you're installing an application, so it will ask, hey, older version is available on this machine. Please uninstall or upgrade to the latest version. So it is not possible. Okay, only one version can be delivered.
Okay, sir. So basically we have to install that one application on that server, and that application will be shared to multiple users.
Yes.
Basically it will be like a copy, but the application will be only one, correct?
Application is only one, but it will deliver to the multiple users. You will save the license cost for user. Okay.
Okay.
Example,
Okay.
if you want to install MS Office, okay, for 10 users, so 10 license we need to buy. But here, only one VDA server we are taking, and only one MS Office application installing. Only one license is enough. So we are saving 90% of the license cost we are reducing. So again, if you are installing application on the each and every computer, there will be storage also utilizing. So that also you are saving, right? So
Yes,
troubleshooting
sir.
wise, we don't want to go for each and every user. In one user, in the server level, if you are troubleshooting, that will be fine. So user doesn't have full admin rights on the application. So user doesn't have change anything settings. So we can control the all the settings from the server itself. Okay. But disadvantage is there if one user consuming more CPU utilization. So like example, you are delivering a Google Chrome application, one user utilizing opening the YouTube and torrents and downloading something, but it will consuming more CPU and RAM utilization on the server. So other user will be suffering who are connected on the same server with the same application. Okay.
Yes, sir. Got it, sir.
Yeah.
So I have one doubt, sir.
Yes, please.
See, for example, we are installing the Chrome on the resource layer.
Mhm.
One user want to Chrome 7 version, another user want to Chrome 8, and another user want to Chrome 9
Okay, good question.
install.
Okay, so in this case, we have to create a three different servers and install the different versions on the different VDA servers, and we can publish three different icons. So Chrome version 7, Chrome version 8, Chrome version 9 or 10, like that. We can create different icons. So example,
Okay.
I'm connecting the Citrix storefront. I have all access for all three applications. So based on my requirement, maybe my application is only compatible with Chrome 8. I'll open Chrome 8 and I'll do my work. It's a good question, Sashi. I never ever experienced this type of questions that people are asking. Good, really good. So normally, if the people are in the same question without Citrix, how it is possible, Sashi? It's very difficult, right?
Yes, yes.
If application is running on the Chrome 8, maybe other application is running on compatible with the 9. So 8 and 9 both cannot be running on your same system.
Yes, cannot be.
But Citrix is a very wonderful feature. We can give the different servers, we can different applications, we can deliver to the multiple users.
Yeah.
Wonderful question. So that's a very easily we can deliver these type of situations, different type of application versions to the clients. So shall I move to the next slide?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now, published content. Published content means what? Example, you are a user and there is some shared location, there is some data is there. There is some frequently you are accessing some websites. So those type of websites, those type of documents, everything we can deliver through URLs or maybe UNC paths. Guys, you know Microsoft SharePoint services? You know Microsoft SharePoint services, how they will be URL will be provided to access like that. Same way here we can create a UNC paths and we can deliver your websites, you can deliver your UNC folders and documents, everything. It's a very wonderful feature. Okay, that is called published content. So not only published desktops, not only published applications, they'll publish content also. Sorry, someone is asking?
No, it is intranet, local
exactly,
intranet.
Local intranet, that's perfect. Local intranet. Let me explain. There's a project documents is there. I can use UNC path. So you're working for my project. So you want to update my timesheet. So I can give my website details. So once you connected the storefront, everything should be presented on the single screen. Yes or no? You don't want to save any favorites and all. You don't miss any icons. So that's one of the beautiful feature is provided by Citrix. That's called published content. So now exactly published desktops. So previously we have delivered the applications, right? Now you're delivering the desktop itself. Same benefits and the cons. Previously we connected applications, right? We connected applications. Now we are directly connecting the desktops. Example, single VDI server can be connected to minimum 10 to 15 users. So 10 to 15 users is a very huge saving for your project. So single server can be connected by multiple users. Same advantage, like more people can connect. Hardware cost will be very less. Per user, we can utilize a more density from the physical host. Consideration like application should be compatible with the multi-user environment and the server-based operating system. User cannot do any customizations. If single user, if a utilization is more, the remaining users will get suffer. This is the cons. So server-based published desktops, server-based published applications. So now moving to VDI. So this is you're delivering the desktop operating system to the end user. Okay, desktop operating system to the end user. So this is called server-based published desktop server VDI. So example, only one user wants to connect the server. We don't want to connect more than one user. This is called multi-session OS will be there. So here server desktop OS, multi-session OS. Multi-session will be connected here. So this is also same concept. This is called published desktops. User doesn't have any full rights. But here, see here, the multi-sessions can be delivered. So, but user can dedicatedly can connect this machine at any point of time, and they can install the applications, they can manage it. So dedicated for per user, one server per one user. So sometime some single server can be delivered for a single user for a project requirement. So even server VDI also supported. Server VDI also supported. So the benefit is dedicated resources will be provided for user. Just a minute. Chepu. 10 నిమిషాలు వస్తుంది. So dedicated resources per user will be there. So example, in the particular server we have a 16 GB RAM is there. The 16 entire GB will be used by user. So that user will get a more performance on the particular server. And user can able to install applications also because of his a dedicated VDI, right? User can install. And complete customization. So user can save the data on the local machine anytime. Log off and log in, the settings will be saved, no data loss, like that. But consideration, higher cost per physical host. So one user we are dedicatedly giving for desktop means the entire cost will be we are assigning for single user. That is a cost wise we are spending more, but it's a project is demanding, that's not a big deal. Okay, project is demanding, we don't have any problem. And usage is very less from the server because of server capacity is very huge. And management and operations overhead. So because of server means operation cost is very high compared to the desktop operating system. And is the server right? So we have need to backup is required. In case of data is deletions, so we cannot retrieve. So every day we have to take a backup for the server. Any more questions?
No.
Moving to the next slide. So this is a desktop VDI. So this is a desktop. So desktop means what? Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10. So here the user can connect only single session. That means one desktop, only one session. Why? Because of this is a single user operating system. You know, right? Desktop is a single user session machines. Server means multi-user sessions. So either you want to dedicatedly we can assign, either you can floating. So one time user will be connected one machine, sometime will be connected another machine like that. So here dedicatedly we can assign per desktop to the user, and these machines are created from the single master image. So example, we need a 100 desktop means we don't want to create 100 times. So only created one desktop operating system, we can clone it for 100 times. So 100 machines will create it. But cons is higher cost per physical host because of the machine will be delivered, the resources utilization, and the budget will be very high. And the entire machine your usage by user will be very less. The cost is very high per user. And limited user personalization. That means user can do some changes and some kind of amendments. So that only limited the settings can modify, but overall configuration cannot be modified because of that is coming through image management. That's coming through image management. Guys, don't worry, because of today is a first session, so I'm explaining so many things. Don't bother about that. So going forward, you learn one by one very in detail, and you're going to set up the lab and you're going to deliver these type of desktops and applications to the end users. Any questions on VDI? So random means so irrespective of user will be connecting one time, this is a desktop one, sometimes will be connecting to desktop two. So like this is called random. So one more model is there in VDI, that is called static. This is called persistent. Always user will be connected to dedicated machine. Even log off and login is connecting the same machine at every time. Same machine at every time. So the advantage is dedicated resources, normally ability to install application because of the user have a dedicatedly, right? So we have installed the applications. Complete customization, personalization and persistence, everything will be there. That means user can modify the settings on the system, and user interfaces we can change it, and screensaver we can change it, icons we can change it, anything. So whatever the changes is a persistent. That means log off and login, the changes will be saved on the local machine. And cons means the dedicatedly we are provided for single user, right? The cost is very high, and the density, obviously user is using the very low end amount of the computer resources, and the management is very high because of individual one computer means we have to take a backup, okay, and the management is very high, like individual machines you want to troubleshoot for one user, one desktop. So that is a consideration. Any questions on hosted VDI, static and random?
Mice. Yeah, what I'm saying in the static, but data can be stored in the as a file server. So the only application they need, they can install or uninstall, like only the application
Exactly.
part, the data will be
That's
saved.
correct.
So they don't need to take the backup, because the file server only like mapping drive.
No, sometimes if your file server is not provided, your data is saved on the local system. Unfortunately, the machine is corrupted. The data will be gone, right?
Yeah,
So,
but that some company, most of the company, they say they cannot store the data on their local for the backup reason. They will go on the file server.
absolutely right. You're giving absolutely right. But if
Yeah,
the person is the company is not provided remote storage or shared storage, definitely user will be saved on the local system.
Then the backup is very hard.
Yes,
Each
backup is
individual
needed.
backup.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Example, you're connected Outlook. Your mails are, you're working for a long time in the company. Your mail archives you're stored on the local system. Unfortunately, the system got corrupted. Your mail archives also gone, right? If you have provided any remote backup, yes, you can copy the data to the remote location. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other questions? So now finally, a remote PC. If you have any physical desktop at your office and you can deliver to the end user. So one desktop per one user. Example, due to COVID situation, the company is provided the physical computer at the office only. They not delivered to you. You are very far away from the office. You are sitting in a different place, and that means city. So they will deliver the PC, they'll be configured in the Citrix and then delivered through Citrix storefront and you can connect. So this is one of the advantages. Leverage existing physical desktop investment. You don't want to waste of your physical desktop. You can utilize it. COVID is the best example for remote PC. Lower total cost ownership. That means the particular server cost is you can utilize it without wasting. And consideration incremental management operations. Yes, if the example this machine is shut down, and who will be turned on, and somebody should be available on the mission, on the floor, and he need to turn on the mission, then only he will be connected. And the backup is required because of data is, if something is gone, the client will be get definitely hide, will be get irritate you, so you have to take the backup of your data. Okay.
Yes, I have a small doubt here.
Yes, please.
So normally in the resources, right, we install the VDA, right, for us to access the server or the desktop. How about in remote PC?
Same concept. VDA isn't we need to install and we need to configure it on the delivery compiler to you.
Okay, so basically if there are 100 PC desktop physical machines in our office,
100 machines we need
all
to
those
install.
we
That is a
okay.
huge management task. There is no option.
Okay.
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 If you had 10,000 computers, means 10,000 times you had to install it. There is no doubt. But we have some solutions are there, right? Some tools, remote installation tools, scripting
Yeah,
method.
to push it. Yes.
We can use it. No, not a big deal. So VM hosted applications. Example, some applications is not compatible on the server OS. If any applications is compatible with only desktop OS, we can install on the desktop and we can deliver applications to the end user. So example, 16-bit applications is not supported on the server OS. So those type of applications we can install it. Very old applications. Guys, nowadays every application is upgraded to 64-bit. We don't have any problem. So here the cost is very high because of one application for dedicated you can provide it for one computer. So that is a wastage of your resources basically. So that depends. So nowadays we are not using this model. Very rare. Very rare. This is a desktop with application installation. Any questions? So basically in your company, so in our environment, we are going to segregate the users like user populations. So like a users count, like a user 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So users based on the availability, the requirement. So the user need a security, user need a printing. So based on that, we will be segregating like user group 1, user group 2, user group 3, like this. So I'll show you. So like based on the location, based on the security, based on the mobility, based on the application personalization. So we are dividing the users groups. So now this is a feature model comparison. So now these applications and desktops we are delivering. So published applications is one model, and published desktops and hosted VDA random, hosted VDA static. So how they'll be using like a comparison in your cost wise. So published apps is a very low cost. Next, published desktops, then hosted VDA static. So this is a very high cost. Okay, it's very high cost. Okay, so now as per our module 1, so we have discussed many things, delivery things. Okay, so we have some questions. So which feature of Citrix virtual apps and desktop support 1-to-1 ratio users machines? So obviously desktop OS based VDI, server based VDI. So these are the two models, 1-to-1. One computer can be assigned to one user. Okay. So hosting platform, so this we will be discussing tomorrow. Are you okay?